Hello and welcome students. Today I am going to discuss with you a topic liquid helium, and particularly I will be discussing about the properties of liquid helium 2. Okay, as you know that helium gas is mainly composed of the isotope He4. Okay, it has also another isotope He3, but He4 has a spin of 0, so it is a boson, whereas the isotope He3 has a spin half, and that is a fermionic system. So the properties shown by He4 and He3 are remarkably different from each other, but here my concern is to discuss the properties shown by this helium 4 isotope. Okay, so let me first show you the phase diagram of this helium 4 helium gas. Okay, helium gas made up of this isotope He4. So you can see that at far large temperatures you have only this helium 4 gas atoms. Okay, so as you reduce the temperature down and down, there comes a point around 4.18 Kelvin. This is the temperature 4.18 Kelvin. This is the temperature at which the helium gas made up of He4 first starts showing condensation. Okay, that means at 4.18 Kelvin it starts to convert into liquid. You can see here that this is the coexistence curve between the helium He4 atoms which is of gas form, and then He4 atoms which is in the liquid form. This is the coexistence curve. Okay, another important feature which you can see from this graph is that if you further reduce the temperature down and down and down, then and go near to absolute zero, then this liquid helium does not freeze, does not turn into a solid. But in order to convert that liquid helium into solid, you need to apply a high pressure of around 26 atmospheric pressure. Okay, so we will see the reason why that at even reducing the temperatures near to absolute zero, why liquid helium does not freeze. Okay, we will see that in a couple of minutes. Okay, now another important feature you can see here, that below 4.18 Kelvin, when you further reduce the temperature, then there comes a point of around 2.18 Kelvin. There comes a temperature 2.18 Kelvin where you have a two different behaving helium 4 atoms. Okay, both are in liquid form, but above this 2.18 Kelvin, the helium 4 atoms which are in liquid form have different properties. Above this 2.18 Kelvin, this liquid helium is usually a classical fluid, is a classical fluid. Okay, all the properties shown by this portion of liquid helium, which is also called liquid helium 1, can be well explained on the basis of classical theories. Okay, but below this 2.18 Kelvin, the helium atoms or this liquid helium shows very peculiar properties, and these properties can only be explained by quantum theory. Okay, by quantum mechanics. So we can say that this above this 2.18 Kelvin which we call as liquid helium 1, and below 2.18 Kelvin we call liquid helium 2. So the liquid helium 1 is simply a classical fluid, whereas this liquid helium 2 is a quantum fluid. Okay, so we will explain the properties shown by this helium 2. Okay, now why this 2.18 Kelvin temperature is important. This 2.18 Kelvin temperature at which the liquid helium goes from less ordered state to some more ordered state. You notice that this is a kind of phase transition. This is a second order phase transition in which liquid helium 1 goes into liquid helium 2. And why this is a second order phase transition, or particularly a lambda transition? Because you can see that in this adjacent graph, this is the graph between the specific heat and the temperature. So you can see that this specific heat has a discontinuity around 2.18 Kelvin. So okay, this specific heat is discontinuous function of temperature. below 2.18 you have a different behavior, and above 2.18 Kelvin you have a different behavior, and they are not continuous. You have a cusp there. Okay, you can see this is a discontinuity. So and this shape resembles the Greek letter lambda. That's why this point 2.18 Kelvin is also called a lambda point. Okay, another is here is the third curve, which is the phase diagram of helium-3. This is a bosonic system. You can see this also exists in gas, liquid and solid form, but here you can see there is no lambda point shown here in this liquid. There are no two phases like helium-1 and helium-2. So we will not discuss helium-3 in detail. Our concern is to discuss the properties of helium-4. Okay, so now what are the properties helium-4 shows or helium-2 shows? Let me first tell you that why when you reduce the temperature down and down, why does this liquid helium does not freeze into a solid, okay, at low pressures? Why? So this reason lies in the 0 point oscillations. Okay, what happens is that in when you reduce the temperature down and down, the helium atoms still have ground state energy, or the zero point energy, corresponding to which they have 0 point oscillations. Okay, so they have oscillations, and that 0 point oscillations, if they have frequency omega, then the corresponding 0 point energy can be written as half h cross omega. And if you want to equate it to the or if you want to write it in terms of the amplitude of oscillation, then you can write it as it is equal to half k a square. This is, it is a kind of potential energy. So if you stretch something to its extreme position, it is the amount of potential energy that is stored in the system, so that you can equate half h cross omega equals to half k a square, where a is the amplitude of oscillation and k is called the interaction strength or the force constant in a simple way. Okay, that force constant k and this oscillation frequency are connected through omega is under root k by m. That is a well known formula already. Okay, so this is omega is under root k by m. Okay, so now if you equate and want to calculate what is a, so a is h cross to the power half divided by k m to the power 1 by 4. Okay, what happens in the case of this helium, this interaction strength is very weak. Okay, this interaction strength is very weak, and this mass of helium atom is very small. So this amplitude of oscillation becomes comparable to the atomic spacing between the helium atoms. So as you can think that if something is vibrating in such a mode that it has amplitude of oscillation equal to the interatomic spacing, then this is in the state of a non-equilibrium. So it does not freeze, it does not solidify. So it melts spontaneously due to its own 0 point oscillation energy. Okay, it spontaneously melts due to its own 0 point oscillation energy. This is the reason why this helium does not solidify or freeze even at near absolute zero. You need to apply a high pressure. Okay, now what are the properties which are shown by this quantum fluid He2 or helium-2? First of all, the property is the heat conductivity increases enormously below 2.18 Kelvin, and second property is that almost complete absence of viscosity or zero viscosity is shown by this quantum fluid helium-2, and third one is the creeping property. So let me explain them one by one. Okay, so why there is a heat conductivity increases in this state? So what happens if this gas is above 2.18 Kelvin? What happens that this gas boils due to its own vapor pressure. Okay, it boils rigorously. Okay, so what happens when you cool down this gas by pumping away the vapor, the helium vapor, then it cools down, you cool it down further. Okay, then a point 2.18 Kelvin, that is the lambda point, comes, and below this 2.18 Kelvin this boiling, this rigorous boiling suddenly stops. Okay, but the fact to be noted is that still the heat is conducting out of the system because the temperature and the vapor pressure of the system is still falls. So this thing can be explained if you assume that the heat is still going out of the system, but with practically no resistance. Okay, with practically no resistance. So if the resistance to the flow of heat is zero, almost zero, so we say that the heat or the thermal conductivity has become very high, very large. Okay, so this you can explain in this way. And second property is that almost complete absence of viscosity. Almost complete absence of viscosity. You know, the viscosity comes from the frictional forces. Okay, the friction, the loss of energy due to friction between the adjacent layers of a liquid gives rise to the phenomena of this viscosity. So what you can say that why it has zero or almost zero viscosity is that in this helium 2, in this helium 2 phase, there is almost no friction. That means this liquid flows frictionless. The liquid motion of the mass motion of helium 2 atoms is frictionless. Okay, and the third property is creeping. Creeping is that first of all, this helium 2 atoms adsorbs on the walls of the cold container, and then rest of the helium 2 atoms creeps through the thin film by making thin films over this adsorbed helium 2 atoms. Okay, this is the phenomenon of creeping. So all these properties can be understood quantum mechanically, and it indicates, first of all these properties indicates that the system when makes transition from this liquid helium 1 to liquid helium 2 undertakes a very high degree of order which exists in helium 2. Okay, so this order was first tried to explain by a scientist TISA, who proposed that this helium 2 can be thought of as it is made up of two kinds of atoms, the normal atoms, the normal helium atoms, and the superfluid helium atoms. Okay, so according to TISA, what happens is that if the system below 2.18 Kelvin, this system is made up of two kinds of molecules. One is the superfluid helium and the normal fluid. As the system system's temperature reduces down and down, more and more fraction becomes superfluid. Okay, so what happens that when the system of this temperature reduces down and down, more and more number of atoms goes into the state of zero momentum. Okay, goes into the state of lowest quantum energy state. That phenomena is called Bose-Einstein condensation. Okay, then what happens? The system is no longer known by the individual wave functions of the helium atoms, but the system can be treated as a macroscopic or a giant system which has a single wave function which governs the entire properties of the which governs the macroscopic behavior of all the helium 2 atoms. Okay, so you can think that due to this giant nature or this macroscopic nature of this helium 2 atoms in superfluid state, any action of one single atom is strongly correlated to the all the other atoms. Okay, so this behaves as a giant system, as a macroscopic system, so it suffers practically no resistance in mass motion, and so that resistance is ultimately is responsible for the heat conductivity as well as for the viscosity. Okay, so the property of this helium 2 can be explained in this way by making use of this Bose-Einstein condensation and an idea of some superfluid nature of these helium 2. So this property in which the mass motion occurs with almost zero viscosity is called superfluidity. Okay, it's called superfluidity, and the speed with which this mass motion occurs may be 30 centimeter per second or more, maybe 30 meters per second, centimeter per second or more, and this viscosity can be measured by the usual capillary flow method. Okay, so it is seen that in this helium 2 phase, this helium 2 shows almost zero viscosity. Okay, so these are the properties that can be explained on the basis of some quantum ideas. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Thanks for your time. Thank you.